Hello, Beth. I quite enjoyed Daughter of the Forest by Juliet, whatever her name is. I normally don't read fantasy novels, so I was kind of apprehensive about reading this. But I figured you're an English major, you have good taste in books, and I know you weren't that, like, a fantasy fangirl. I enjoyed it more than I thought it would. It's not one of my favorite fantasy books, but maybe that will change when I read the whole trilogy. Um, Yeah, and I really liked the character Sorsha. She was a really good, strong female character without being in that quirky characterization female character way that fantasy has a way of doing. Patriarch and Connor were definitely my favorite of the six brothers. I really liked Connor at the beginning because he seemed really nerdy. Later he becomes all druidy and I like him less. I don't know why, maybe the mysticism thing. And Patriarch was such a different brother, and he was the only brother who didn't turn bitter, and so I really liked him. Beth, I was wondering if you found the last part of the book really frustrating when the brothers transformed back into humans, and they were still treating Sorsha like she was 13 years old, despite the fact that she was 16 years old. I found that really frustrating, and I mean, it was partially understandable, but partially not, because they had all changed, and they were all bitter, and for an obvious reason. I mean, they had been turned into swans for 3 years. But I think the thing that aggravated me the most was Connor's change, because he acted towards Red very protectively without any understanding, and I felt that was really... I mean, at the end of the book he explains why. They were all getting up in Red's grill because he left, and they were like, "Oh my god, how dare you leave our sister?" And he's like, "I had to search for my brother," and they were really angry about that. And I felt like, okay, you guys were always going off on missions, but you guys weren't swans. And then you're yelling at this guy who had to go search for his brother. I really don't think that that's the issue. You all need to chill out. I like the intertwining of history in the book. I'm interested to see, though, if she pulls in the Danes. Maybe that's because I am part Danish. I don't know if that's why I'd be interested in this. But if she pulls in the Danes, because she talks about how the Britons consider them their true enemies. So I think it'd be interesting to see if she does that. Also, I'm wondering if she's going to pull in the other Celtic tribes that are still in existence in, well, the United Kingdom, obviously it was united, but, like the Scots and the Welsh. I like that she talked about menstruation. I was like, oh, finally. Dear God. I just feel like no one talks about that in a book. Like, that was like one of those scenes in Little Women that would have been a great scene. Like, any of them. Well, yeah. Their mother talking to them about menstruation, I feel like that would have been a good part in Little Women. Too bad Louisa May Alcott didn't write that. Maybe that's like a lost chapter that we'll find out about, like, years, maybe this year. Maybe it was missing, and yeah. I was not expecting a rape in this book, and then all of a sudden it happened. I was like, oh. My, oh my. Quite. But, that was quite shocking, the rape scene. I found it very well played out. I thought it was a good thing to do. My dog is coming over here. Hi, Liam. Come here.